Hi, Aquarius. Thank you so much for checking out your October 2020 tarot reading. Please know this channel is pretty new, so it needs all the support it can get. Please remember to like, to comment, and subscribe, as well as check me out on Facebook and Instagram at claire.voyant.queen and Twitter at _Claire_voyant. I have a whole bunch of Halloween goodies headed your way, and I cannot wait to share them with you. Please know that energy is vice versa. This could apply to you, but this also could apply to your partner. This could apply to anyone around you. Please also check out your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus for more messages and more content. Thank you so much. Hello, Aquarius. Thank you so much for checking out your October 2020 tarot reading. Let's get going. We're going to be using two new decks today. We got the Romance Angels deck that I'm going to be starting your reading off with, and I have the OG original Rider-Waite deck that I'm going to be ending your reading with to clarify everything. But let's get started. Tell me about Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius for October of 2020. Tell me about Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius for October of 2020. Aquarius. For October of 2020. Tell me about Aquarius. Okay, these feel nice and shuffled. Let's pull. Well, let's shuffle a hair more, and then we'll pull. Tell me about Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius. Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius for October 2020. Okay, I'm going to pull 3 of these for you guys. Let's see which we got. Finances and career, which literally just came up in Libra. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Last but not least, we have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Okay, interesting. I'm getting the impression you might be agitated, or you might be irritated or annoyed. And it might be coming from the fact that you are seeking a romantic relationship, like you are desiring a romantic relationship. However, it feels like you are controlling the situation in order to get that romantic relationship. And what the universe is really asking of you is they're saying, you know, you can have a romantic relationship. You can have someone that makes you incredibly happy. However, you really need to release control of the situation. You need to really let go, right? One of the key points people forget about in manifestation is that when we want to manifest something, we focus, we write it down, we verbalize it, we visualize it, anything we can to manifest what we want into our life. However, what people often forget is at the end of the process, you need to let it go, right? It's almost like sending a letter or building a time capsule, right? Eventually, you need to close it up and you need to put it away. And once you put it away, then everything's going to kind of come into fruition later on. So the universe is really asking you to really let go of your control issues regarding this attraction that you really want to bring in. And it will come. But you really need to enjoy the moment fully versus attempting to control everything, right? Aquarius is a very fixed sign. We like to do things in our own way. Why did I say we? That's really interesting. I'm actually not an Aquarius. I'm a Scorpio, but Scorpio is also very fixed too. So we tend to be stubborn when it comes to letting go of things, right? And then we also have finances and career. Your financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Could be good, could be bad. I don't know. We'll kind of clarify it later on. Let's pull some spirit animal cards and we'll kind of dive deeper. We'll see about this person you are attracting into your life. Tell me about Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius for October of 2020. Tell me about Aquarius for October of 2020. Tell me about Aquarius for October of 2020. Tell me about Aquarius. Aquarius. Okay. Couple more shuffles. Tell me about Aquarius for October of 2020. Tell me about Aquarius for October of 2020. Okay. We're going to kind of pull these down to give it more space here. Aquarius, you are the octopus. Your partner is the vulture. And your emotional connection, we have the crow. Interesting. In your physical connection, we have the spider. Wild, wild. I really like this. This is really cool. One thing that's already standing out to me, if you kind of like follow my readings a little bit, is that I'm really attracted to color. I'm really attracted to shapes and textures and kind of how these cards kind of function together. And one thing that all of these cards really have in common is things that are dark, right? We have the dark background of the spider. We have the dark background of the crow, dark background of the vulture, dark background of the octopus. And with the exception of the vulture, we also have this rainbow coloration, right? Going on with the octopus, going on with the crow, going on with the spider, right? So it could be that we're in a little bit of a negative mindset or something of that regard. But something's going on here with darkness. But I really like the fact that we have all these rainbows here, right? Rainbows really indicate positivity. They really indicate luck, joy, right? So let's start reading from the book and we'll go from there. Let's take a look at elements really quick. We got 2 air signs. Here we are, Aquarius. We got an earth sign. We got a water sign. You might have water in your chart. Let's start off with the octopus. Let's find out. Perfect. Octopus, reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. The octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind, paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Unfortunately, this results in well-intended but messy relationships. The octopus intertwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. They believe that that's what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of the octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. Yeah, it sounds, Aquarius, like we're having a little bit of control issues when it comes to this connection, right? The octopus intertwines itself into people's business, right? Because that's what they think it means to be close, right? To be attracted to someone, right? So it sounds like we really need to kind of keep our tentacles in check, keep our hands in check, keep our business to ourselves versus kind of branching out and really interacting with people and really like inserting ourselves into people's lives in a way that's not healthy, right? We're focusing on letting go of letting go of forcing a connection and really embracing building a natural connection. A forced connection and a natural connection are 2 very different things, and we really want to focus on that. So that's something that's coming through strongly, is that we might have like attachment issues, but we can let go of that, right? We can let go of that. We can enjoy this moment fully, and we can really let a really healthy relationship with healthy boundaries come into our lives. It's really beautiful. Let's go to the vulture as your partner. Let's see here. Vulture. Perfect. The vulture. Guardian and purifier, essential for rebalance. The vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. This intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. The vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or a tragedy is a blessing in disguise, right? It feels like ultimately what we want to attract into our lives, or the person that's entering your life, or what you are manifesting essentially, is this vulture energy, which is going to kind of like nip and pick away at some of these control issues, is kind of the impression that I'm getting, right? It's nipping and picking away at the parts of you that are damaging, right? It might not be enjoyable, but it's really, it's really kind of balancing out what needs to be balanced out. A lot of chaotic energy in this octopus, right? A lot of chaotic energy. And this vulture here is coming into the picture to really kind of balance out that chaotic energy so you can really release these control issues and really bring someone into your life with a very like natural connection, one that's not forced, that we can really enjoy for what it is. Okay, in your emotional connection, we have the crow. Very interesting. Which also interesting, pay attention, right? We have the vulture, next page, the crow, right? So we kind of have a sequence here. Crow, spiritually strong, creative, and watchful. The crow has long been a symbol of magic. A crow personality is drawn to the supernatural and has a gift for seeing the unseen and knowing the unknown. It is said that the crow holds within its mind's eye the three realities, past, present, and future. Crow energy is potent and should only be tapped into when the mind is clear. Those with crow tendencies must balance their lives with a healthy diet of joyful friends and regular self-study. Wow, how many times does the word balanced come up here? We got balance in the vulture, we got balance in the crow. I feel like I've said balance before. Balance seems to be a really big theme here. With a healthy diet, joyful friends, and regular self-study, right? Letting go of these control issues, understanding what's really keeping us back. I also think it's really interesting that it mentioned crow energy is potent and should only be tapped into when the mind is clear. And if we go to this octopus card, it feels like there's a lot of cognition and a lot of intuitive processing going on up here, right? Talking about, what does it say? It holds within its mind's eye. Well, the crow holds within its mind's eye the three realities of past, present, and future, right? Its mind's eye. Like there's lots of cognition, like intuition, like processing here. It's very spiritual. You might be spiritual. Your partner might be spiritual. This person coming in might be spiritual. Really, really interesting stuff going on here. Last but not least, we have the spider in your physical connection. Let's see here. Going to be all the way up front. Okay. Sneak buffer. We're getting close. Here we go. Spider. Creator of prosperity through life's work. Dharma. The spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it. Both financially, interesting, we have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And spiritually, and look at all the cards that we have for spiritually here. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us that creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented. right? Be process oriented rather than results oriented. And soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. This is the card of manifestation, right? This card is all about creating, right? Being like an earth sign, it's very like handsy, right? It creates, right? So I think it's interesting that it said be process oriented rather than results oriented. So if we're drawing someone into our lives for an emotional connection here, we're trying to force something, we're trying to insert something that's all about the results, right? All we care about is the results. But when we focus on the process, right, really focus on what is holding us back, what can we do better, right? Really focusing on our control issues in terms of a relationship, that's when we actually start manifesting. That's when we actually start creating this web and really bringing in what we need to bring in. Finances and career seem to be coming up a little bit. So let's see if those come up in the Rider-Waite deck, but let's keep going. Okay. Tell me about Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius. Aquarius. Come on. Tell me about Aquarius for October of 2020. Tell me about Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius for October of 2020. Okay, so feeling good. Again, let's give them a little bit more of a shuffle. Aquarius for October of 2020. Aquarius for October of 2020. Aquarius. Aquarius. Okay. Aquarius, in your present situation, we have the Two of Cups in reverse. Interesting. In your partner's current situation, we have the Page of Swords upright. In your past connection, we have the Star in reverse. Interesting, again. In your present connection, we have the Magician. Wow, this is so cool. I just love when this shit happens. And in your future connection, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Wow, this is really awesome. Love to see it. Love to see it, Aquarius. So, right, Two of Cups, right, in reverse, Two of Cups upright really talks about a connection, right? All the Two of Cups is relaying, essentially is the exchanging of an emotional connection, right? Cups represent water represents emotions, and essentially this couple is passing their emotions off to each other. They're sharing their feelings, they're sharing their emotions, they're becoming intertwined, right? And so when we experience the Two of Cups in reverse, this is going to be a breakup. This is going to be separating a connection, right? We're keeping our emotions to ourselves now. We're not sharing as much. We're experiencing a break. So it sounds like you might be experiencing a breakup here. And it sounds like that breakup might be coming from some control issues that we might be having. We might be inserting ourselves into other people's lives, right? But it's a very powerful psychic and spiritual connection here. And it feels like in order to really bring this connection either back together, it feels like this is a breakup, but it feels like this might be also coming back together is what it feels like. It feels like, you know, we need to you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully, but you're really not enjoying the moment fully, right? You're trying to control everything, right? You're putting a lot of time, energy, and effort into this. You probably have a water placement. You got two cards of cups. Your partner probably has an air placement. You have two cards of swords. We also have the Page of Swords here, right? And the Page of Swords, pages talk about communication, right? They talk about messages, whether it comes from social media, whether it comes from texts or calls or notes, or just seeing someone and talking to them person to person. This is going to be honest, clear, cutting communication. Might be a little bit painful at times, but it's going to be communication nonetheless, right? This is someone who wants to study. This is someone who wants to learn. This is someone who's on the hunt for knowledge, right? This is someone who's a student, right? So this person really has something to say or something to express. And what they have to say or express might be a little bit, it could be a little bit aggressive. I don't know why I'm picking that up, but it could be a little bit aggressive. But be prepared for that. It is coming from a really good place, though. In your past connection, right, this is what's really interesting to me. You have two cards here we have the Star, right, which is Aquarian energy, wild. We have the Magician, which is very Virgo, which is very Gemini energy. The Star and the Magician are both cards of like wish fulfillment, of like manifestation, right? We have the Spider here, which is the card of manifestation. There's a lot of like creating in this relationship and in this connection. A lot of like building, like planning. That's interesting. I'm hearing planning for the future. But the Star is in reverse here. So whatever happened in this connection, probably due to a breakup, probably due to some control issues, there's really a lack of kind of healing, right? There's this lack of wish fulfillment, right? Because the wish isn't not necessarily what you need, it's what you want, right? And this is a lack of healing, right? And they're really asking you to kind of go internally and really kind of seek a little bit more spiritual enlightenment when it comes to this connection here, right? It might be too, these 7 stars represent our chakras, so we might experience a little bit of a chakra misalignment too, right? But then in your present moment, we have the Magician, right? Just like in your physical connection, right? This is all about manifesting. This is all about like creating, right? He's taking this wand, he's taking this cup, this pentacle, and this sword. Oh, he has a candle. I missed the wand. The wand, the cup, the pentacle, and the sword. And he's essentially creating his future, right? He's manifesting, right? That's what the Magician does. They create. So we're really going from this energy of like a lack of healing, right? Probably due to a connection that's been cut off. Now we're kind of focusing on this manifestation energy, on kind of this weaving, right? I feel like we still have a lot of healing to do in this connection, but what I really like is it feels like we're starting to focus on the process versus the end result, right? That's coming through heavily, right? Talking about the process of relinquishing control and really focusing on enjoying the moment fully. Last but not least, we have the Queen of Pentacles, right? You might have an Earth placement. This is Virgo. This is Capricorn, and this is Taurus. And a lot of it has to do with financial stability, security, abundance. Look at all these flowers and all these fruits and vegetables growing around her, right? She's a caregiver. She's a provider. She's a mother, right? This is someone who provides for her kingdom. This is also someone who's committed as well, which is really interesting too. I don't know why, it just feels like this relationship is rocky currently, but it feels like it's more so in the process of coming back together. I don't know why I'm getting that energy. It feels like this relationship was split and now it's kind of coming back together after there's been some realizations, there's been some healing, and there's been some manifesting, and it's really kind of elevating the parties to a new like energetic level, which I really like. But Aquarius, thank you so much for coming to your October 2020 reading, and I will see you in November. Thanks.